Hey, it's Mike, and this video is going to be a bit different because I'm going to be talking about games or things in gaming that I do not care for. So, it might be a little bit controversial. Usually I like to talk about things that I really like in gaming, but I'm going to do the opposite. So, first on the list, I really do not give a crap about first-person shooters. I have owned a couple and played them, but I don't think I'd ever go back. And really the only times I've, most of the times when I've played a first-person shooter was because my friends, kind of made me play it. They really wanted me to play it with them, so Call of Duty and that kind of stuff. Now, I've had moments where I've had fun with those games, mostly, just if I would manage to get a laugh out of it because I did something stupid because I suck at those games. And hey, that might be why I don't like those games. It's because I suck at it. But yeah, I've had a little bit of fun, but that quickly goes away when I really get back into the game. It's just really something that's not for me, and I can't understand why these games are enjoyed to the extent that they are. I would say, like, even if it's like co-op or like head-to-head, a game like Overwatch or something like that, when that was huge, that enticed me a little bit. That almost got me into it, but I never actually did play that game. I was just like, nope, not gonna do it. I just did not give that game a shot, and now I don't care to. I really don't. So there's that. And games like Grand Theft Auto, I like open world games, and that does fall into that kind of genre, I guess. But it's just, again, it's a style, it's a thing that's not for me. Really don't give a crap. And yeah, I've commented on a previous video, I'm so sick of these damn, when is GTA 6 coming out, or whatever the fuck. We got this before GTA 6. Yeah, so that I don't care. Don't give a shit. Stupid game. Do not care. So, yeah, you guys are really getting some insight here into me as a gamer, what kind of games I like by, watching all this stuff that I'm putting out. Kingdom Hearts. Now, this one, I did like Kingdom Hearts a lot. I was a huge fan of it, though I've stopped at 2. Okay, I've played 1 and I've played 2, and the main reason I stopped after 2, well, I was excited for the longest for 3, but that just came out way later than I would have liked, and never got around to it. But at the same time, after beating 2, I realized that just 2 things: the battle system and the story are a problem for me. The story, obviously, because it's just convoluted, and I find it actually pretty boring. Like, I don't really care to follow the story. I just think it's complete, whatever. Not something that grips me, personally. And the battle system, my take on it is that the battle system, battling is the most fun in the beginning of the game, when you have limited options available. So your attacks aren't as powerful, you don't have as many spells or items. That is when it's at its best, in my opinion. And I found myself wanting to, in mid-game, just kind of start over and just play from the beginning, just so I can feel like I'm having somewhat of a challenge, or there's some kind of threat. Because what happens is when you get these new Keyblades, you get like the ultimate Keyblade or whatever, you get all these power-ups, and then you're just mashing A. And he's flipping around, spinning around, flying through the air, killing, Heartless or whatever, like left and right. Easily. There's no challenge to that. It basically becomes another game that I don't really care for, another series rather, I don't care for it, I'm going to talk about. It becomes like, what's the name? It's like I'm going to say Hyrule Warriors, I know that's not the original, but those Warriors games where you're just, beating up droves of enemies, it kind of becomes like that, just a button masher. Now, granted, the battles against Sephiroth were challenging. You actually have to go in with a strategy to, pull that off, pull off a win. But other than that, I just found it so, like, I don't really have to, like, don't really have to put any effort. Oh, there's a whole bunch of Heartless. What am I going to do? I'm going to smash a button. That's it. And I'll be perfectly fine. Oh, well, you guys hit me a couple of times. I'm just going to heal. Boom, heal, smash a button. And I feel like that's all I'm doing, is just heal, smash a button. The whole freaking battle. I mean, in gaming, a lot of things are repetitive. And sometimes, even when that's the case, it's okay. Like turn-based RPGs, right? A lot of repetitiveness going on there, but I forgive it and I'm okay with it for the most part because, I feel like I have to put some kind of thought into it sometimes. I feel like the enemies, they put different enemies on the map that you're facing off against, and you might have to go, a different direction to, defeat them. You have to think about it a tiny bit. Whereas here, they might have a small variety of like enemies that are more tanky, and you might have to do spells instead of attack. But just, I don't know, man. It just becomes then smash button for spells. Now smash button for attack for the other guys. So, I don't know. I know this is definitely gonna be controversial, and hey, let's hopefully see some comments. Go ahead, call me an asshole, whatever you want. I want to see it. So, all right, now I'm going to segue into those Warriors game I was talking about. The most recently I've played was Three Hopes, which was like this Warriors spin-off game of Fire Emblem Three Houses, a game that I really do love. Me and my wife both love that game, and haven't 100%ed it yet, so I might go back and play some of the other campaigns within the game. But I wanted to play Three Hopes because it's tied to that particular game, and I can't complete it. I can't finish this game, and it has nothing to do with difficulty. It's just boring. It's just freaking boring. It's fun to swap out, characters because they, their moveset looks completely, a little bit different, really. But I feel like there's not enough differences going on there in the fighting system to really, drag me in. There has to be some kind of variety, I feel. When I switch characters, it's like, if it's two attacking characters that, are big on damage dealing mostly, your game plan's the same with them. It's just like, it's almost like a reskin, I feel. And then, you got your healers or spellcasters, and, they're all reskins of themselves, Now, maybe this is just that particular game. Maybe like the Hyrule Warriors version that I don't have is completely different. But for this one that I've played, that's how I feel. And actually, I have played one other version, which is like the kind of Breath of the Wild one. I don't know what they call it. Something Calamity, I'm sure. But yeah, that one felt the same. Felt exactly the same. So, to me, those games are trash. I know they're, they're popular with some people. I just don't get it. I don't. What else? What else don't I like in gaming? Well, I guess I can close this out really by saying that other than those things, there's not a lot that I dislike in gaming. Really. I mean, most of the time I'll give everything a try at least once and sometimes twice to make sure if I like it or not. And a lot of the times when I do try something, I do like it. So I am still pretty open, regardless of what I've said here. I feel, but there's just certain things. A game's really gotta give me a reason to keep coming back. It's gotta, because there's so many options. There's just so many options out there, and if it becomes any type of if it starts becoming a slog in any sort of way, I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna finish this, and just move on to something else. But yeah, comment and like and all that YouTube bullshit, and just tell us here at We Suck at Speedrunning what kind of games you guys don't like. I'd love to see it. All right, bye.